What if Moo Moo Meadows were invaded by aliens? This is Area 64, a Mario Kart Wii custom track ported to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe CTGP Deluxe. This farm is being bombarded by UFOs with tractor beams abducting all the cows. In this video, we're going to do a run-through of Area 64 and probe into my thoughts on the custom track. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the custom track below. Anyway, let's get started. The track opens up at the right turn into a hairpin turn. We also pass by one of many UFOs abducting cows. Their tractor beams are actually interactable. They pull you straight upward, and you can trick off them. In fact, this first UFO can be used to hop over the fence and cut off the turn. Make sure you hit it at the right angle, otherwise you're going straight into the off-road. This effect is seen in fountains like on Coconut Mall or on Singapore Speedway. And I gotta say, this is probably the most genius way of using an obscure mechanic in Mario Kart. We're not even 3 turns into the track and we're already seeing some advanced stuff. Anyway, we enter into a silo with a spiral turn. We jump out of the silo and into a field reminiscent of what we see on Moo Moo Meadows. However, there are no cows to be seen here as they've already been abducted by aliens. You can do tricks off the ramps here, and if you want more trick boosts, don't forget that you can trick off the UFO tractor beams. There's also an off-road shortcut to the left which has a ramp with item boxes. The tractor beams are not enough on their own to get you across, so make sure you have a mushroom. Moving on, we hop on top of what appears to be the mothership. The lead up to this looks a little bit off since you're kind of just floating there without any collision properly aligned with you. It looks like it's some sort of bridge or tractor beam, but it just looks off, and there's a little gap you could fall through. Perhaps a ramp to have you jump onto the ship would be better, though the turn would need to be remade just so it's less of a ramp into a sharp turn. The mothership is a 270-degree turn, and I kinda wish that the signage here were a little clearer to guide players on where to go. There are arrows on the ship itself in the center, and there are a handful of guardrails on the outside, but I do think that the outside also needs arrows to make it clear that this is a very sharp turn. A player could potentially go between the guardrails thinking that it's a straightaway. Anyway, we have 2 ways to glide off the mothership. We can go straight and land in an area with a lot of item boxes, or we can go right, which is the faster route, and bounce off 2 more UFOs, but the downside is, there's only 1 double item box. I do wish the glider on the right-hand side ended a bit more naturally, because you're kinda just dropped off right before the turn starts. It's probably done like this so you can't cut off the final turn, but I think the gliding path probably could be improved. Perhaps add a UFO with a red tractor beam that pushes you down just to indicate, hey, this is where the gliding section ends. So that's the run-through of Area 64 in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Overall, this track is amazing. Using an obscure fountain mechanic to make tractor beams is genius. I do wish there were some cows on the track to interact with, which I get that most of them are being abducted by aliens, but even the original track in Mario Kart Wii had a few to interact with. The visuals on the track could also use an overhaul to match Mario Kart 8's art style. As I've already mentioned, this track is from Mario Kart Wii, and it still looks that way. I'm not saying it looks bad, but could look better. And one more thing which may be a bit nitpicky, but I think Area 64 is not a perfect fitting name for the track. I get that Area 51 is associated with aliens, but that's more so a scientific research facility and not necessarily a farm being invaded by aliens. Perhaps something like Roswell Farm or Moo Moo Invasion. I don't know, comment what name you think the track should be. But despite that, Area 64 is still a wonderful custom track. So that's gonna do it for this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe custom track review. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments which track I should cover next. I'm gonna prioritize tracks that are in CTGP Deluxe already, but I may cover a few tracks that are not already in the pack. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, be sure to click on the links on the screen to get more content from me, and see you all next time.